Bien, vamos a empezar entonces, Simón, para preguntarle a Bruce, entonces en inglés, justamente estábamos hablando, bueno, empezar a Argentina, quiero decirle, llevar primero a, bueno, que nos hable de esos 40 años que se cumplieron de su primer show en vivo con Kiss, y después, bueno, 10 años después su primer show en Argentina, que nos cuente qué recuerda de eso mientras yo sumo a alguien más acá al panel.
So they're asking me if you can share some of your thoughts about your 40th anniversary with your first Kiss show, and then after that, 10 years after the first Kiss show in Argentina, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly, was
Yeah,
in Obras.
in '94, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yep,
one of the best shows. I have the
yeah,
book
yeah.
of it. It's amazing.
Hello, everybody. Um, anyway, it's Bruce here in Las Vegas. I have my dear friend Simon here and Angel, who I've just met from Argentina. So, Animalize, wow. I'll show you. Um, I just shared recently some information. This is actually a crazy, wonderful bootleg, actually, of that performance. But of one of the shows in England, okay, oh no, in European tour. But of course, my first show was very exciting, and I was very nervous. And of course, there's so many great memories I have of that, especially the European part. The beginning of the whole Mike history. Let me find that great picture of me, like kind of. It was thrilling. I was the only temporary member, of the group, but I felt really good about it. And then by the time we got to America, everybody should know there was the situation where they let Mark try because it was his gig, and then the next thing I know, they asked me to join the band. I'm just trying to find my page with all those pictures. They're pretty cool, right?
Bruce estaba diciendo de que estaba muy contento de haber empezado a girar con Kiss, que él, como ya sabemos nosotros, él empezó como mismo temporal, pero que le gustó mucho la manera como tocaba a Paul y a Gene, y eso fue que ellos en diciembre del 84 ellos deciden poner a Bruce como miembro oficial. Entonces quiere decir que cuando Bruce llega a Argentina, él llega como miembro oficial de Kiss, que él cuenta que está un poquito nervioso la primera vez que estuvo en el show con Argentina, perdón, con Kiss en Birmingham, y pues, pero que los nervios son cosas
Brighton.
y ya, pero que él está súper emocionado ahora ¿no? Con la trayectoria y la historia que tiene con Kiss.
Yeah, the first
Genial.
show
Bueno,
was Brighton, England. Yes. What
genial.
an
Bueno,
exciting thing.
There you go.
Contale que hoy abrimos el programa con el show de Glasgow del 5 de octubre.
They opened the show today, Bruce, with the Glasgow show. They got the bootleg for the Glasgow show from actually 40 years tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool. There's many very good recordings of the European tour, which was nice to hear, and people have been sharing them with me. But to think it's 40 years is really insane. Really is.
40 años es una locura. El Bruce está contando que hay mucha gente que comparte audios, bootlegs con él. Yo no sabía, estuvimos almorzando hace una semana con Bruce y Bruce me comentó que él también colecciona bootlegs, pero él también tiene bootlegs de consola, o sea que tiene bootlegs muchísimos, muy buenos.
Wow. Bueno, algo genial que tiene la gira de Animalize es justamente que hay muchísima cantidad de bootlegs y todos suenan muy bien.
Sí.
Ya.
Oye, Simón, me
¿Cómo
gustaría
están?
preguntarle algo a Bruce. Bueno, antes que nada, buenas noches.
Bienvenido.
Soy José Alday Prowler del programa de Radio La Hora de Kiss. Muchas gracias a Ángel, a Simón. Y thank you, Bruce. Thank you for your music. I love you. Bueno, quiero preguntarte que, bueno, recordando este concierto del 30 de septiembre de 1984, ¿por qué la decisión de abrir con I Have a No Into the Fire? Que es una de las cosas más raras que se pueden haber en toda la historia de los conciertos de Kiss. ¿Por qué la decisión? ¿Habrá algún motivo?
Well, if you think about it, but tell me if I'm wrong, it is the first record on it, it's first track on Animalize, yeah. So I actually was very impressed with that performance from the Brighton bootleg that I have. And I shared a little bit in the video that I posted. But I think for Gene and Paul, we moved it further in the set in other shows. And like I mentioned in my video, we did 5 songs from Animalize, but dropped 2 of them quickly, you know. I don't know. I guess it was a good idea, but then they thought it wasn't a great idea as a show opener. But when you think about it, it is very powerful and it has a nice tempo and attitude. So I didn't disagree. My first real notes would Kiss, a big dive bomb. You know what I mean? You know, and then crazy riffing. So every tour we would fool around with different songs from the new record, you know. It's
So,
just the way it was.
Bruce comenta que como es la primera canción del Animalize, ellos decidieron empezar con esa canción y que los álbumes siguientes estaban intentando hacer lo mismo, pero como experimentar, ¿no? Pero parece que pues Bruce y Gene al final, perdón, Paul y Gene al final decidieron cambiar y empezar con algo más tradicional.
Bien, vos sabés que siguiendo ese tren de preguntas y justamente con el tema de Argentina, el último show de obras que ellos hicieron, abrieron con 100.000 años.
¿1000 años?
Sí,
Ya.
si él recuerda por qué tomaron esa decisión, ¿no? Más allá de que, bueno, fueron tantos shows, pero es una cosa que pasó una sola vez y fue acá en Argentina.
Único, único.
Angel is asking if you remember. Actually, I collect bootlegs too, and that's one of my favorite shows in bootlegs. The last night on Obras, you guys opened with 100,000 years.
We opened with it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That was really cool because usually, I think if I remember that tour, you guys started with King of the Nighttime World,
Right.
and then for one reason, and if I remember correct, I think they start closing the show with Heavens on Fire. Right?
Okay.
So you think was any particular reason for that too, or was just
well, when we went to Argentina, didn't we did 1 or 2 successful shows, and then they insisted that we come back, right? And I think we went home for a week and came right back, or maybe less, right? So I think it was just probably, let's mix up the set because we're doing so many nights. That was really very, very exciting for me personally, to think that the country would love what we were doing so much that they had to have us come right back, and we did. Very, very cool. I had great memories from that. Really, really great.
So, Bruce está comentando de que hicieron un poquito, cambiaron el set porque hicieron 2 shows muy buenos y después tuvieron que regresar en menos de una semana porque insistieron de que Kiss regrese a Argentina. Entonces intentaron cambiar un poquito el setlist para que las cosas sean un poco diferentes. Bruce cuenta que tuvo un tiempo muy, muy bonito en Argentina. I got a couple of questions for you about the South America tour in '94.
Sure.
I mean, to me, my favorite solo, and you know this, I told you this before, is Creatures of the Night, 93. So that solo, I heard it from Beanie, and I heard it from you.
Right.
And your spin on that solo, it's crazy. What was your thinking of what guitar to use to make that solo sound like Bruce Kulick and not trying to copy something?
Right. Well, remember on the record, it was a guy from a band called, I think Mr. This guy, I'm forgetting his name right now. I'll think of it. But very talented guitar player. Do you remember
Steve Farris.
Yeah, yep. And really cool guitar player, Steve Farris, exactly. And I kind of always had a good ability to take riffs and yet still present them in my interpretation, but without losing a lot of the important parts of the original. And even the solos that I would do that were Ace, I didn't have to do it note for note the way Tommy was as the spaceman, but I certainly didn't try to reinvent a lot of the important riffs by Ace. But in that song, I was very attracted to what he did. Not everything that I understand, or not everything could I play, but I thought I kind of interpreted it honestly, yet made it my own. And I think I play it very similar. I should compare Animalize tour version to a Live 3 version, because I had to play Creatures of the Night, I wonder how similar they are. I'm going to do that after the interview. I'm going to check it out.
All right, Bruce, you're going to this year. You're going to Mexico first for the it's a Mexican Kiss Expo, and then you're going to Sarasota in Florida for Kiss Concert Goodbye.
Right. Yep. I mean, I have a few autograph things in October where I'm going to go to Spooky Empire in Orlando, which is a big Halloween themed autograph show. And I'm excited about that because in the previous years, it was very hard to commit with Grand Funk, with the constant gigging with Grand Funk. But then I'll be in Hollywood, actually in LA a week later, actually doing another autograph show, the Hollywood, autograph show, Hollywood show. And then in November, I have 3 events in Mexico. Okay. And in December, I'm part of the Kiss Cancer Goodbye, which is a very exciting concept because it's a 3-day event, and I'm participating across all 3 days in different performances. So all the information for everything is on brucekulick.com. So please go check it out.
Yeah, there's a dinner with you, right? There's a chance of a dinner with you. I think
actually, there might be a dinner too, but then there's also a lunch. Yeah, there is those parts. But I'll be celebrating the solo records by performing some of the Paul Stanley stuff because of my brother.
Wow.
And Alive 2, I'll be performing some of those songs because of, again, my brother. Chris Jericho's Quarantine.
Yes.
He does really a tribute to my era, the non-makeup era. And his guitar player, actually, Charlie, can't go. So I'll kind of be helping out, and they're terrific. I love all the guys in Quarantine, and I love Chris. We're good friends. So, and in addition, on Sunday, there might be some surprises too. We'll see. But Todd, I know, will be there, Todd Kearns, and so will Zach Throne. And they'll be doing The Elder, and there'll be a Creatures of the Night performance. So it's really, if anyone can make it to Sarasota in December, please come. It's going to be quite a special event. And it's all for the Cancer Society. Okay.
There's also special T-shirts, right?
Yeah, there'll be lots of things. I know there's a guitar that I'll donate, that I'll do some songs with. Lots of exciting things going on that night. I mean, those 3 days, rather. 3 days.
Talking about
vamos a traducir un poco, Simón.
Sí. So,
Bien.
Bruce está comentando que va a estar en México en noviembre. Hay una expo en noviembre. Ahorita en octubre él va a estar aquí en Los Ángeles, por Hollywood, haciendo una firma de autógrafos. En diciembre se va para Florida para el Kiss Concert Goodbye. Va a tocar con la banda de Chris Jericho, Quarantine. Actually, Charlie, que es peruano, el guitarrista de la banda de Quarantine.
Charlie Parra, sí.
Charlie
Genio
Parra no va a estar ahí, pero Bruce está reemplazando. O sea, va a estar Jericho con Bruce Kulick. Va a ser un evento
increíble.
De puta madre. O sea, yo estoy pensando en viajar para noviembre. Estoy viendo cómo muevo un par de eventos que tengo acá en el estudio para poder llegar, aunque sea el día 6 y el día 7, porque es imperdible. Las entradas están de $60 para arriba. Los VIP, el más caro cuesta $7.50, pero o sea, es una experiencia única. Almuerzo con Bruce, cena con Bruce, va a tener también un meet and greet con Jericho, te van a firmar cosas, y es por una buena causa, ¿no? Para el cáncer.
Exactamente, eso iba a decir, es por una buena causa, eso es lo más importante, y la verdad que los eventos de Neil Davis tienen mucho nivel, la verdad que es increíble, desde que tomó la antorcha de los eventos quiseros que venimos viendo año a año, y creo que ha superado ya lo que fue el Creature Fest. La verdad que fue una cosa increíble la cantidad de eventos y la cantidad de gente de la Kiss Family que estuvo presente en ese evento, ¿no?
So, Creatures First, Bruce, you work with Ace and with Vinny, right?
Peter Chris.
Oh, Peter Chris.
También, es verdad.
So that was Bruce, Vinny,
Vinny, Ace y Peter Chris.
Peter Chris.
For the
very first Creatures Fest, correct. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I don't think that will happen again.
Bien, Simón, ¿qué opinión hay respecto a lo que fue Creatures Fest? Porque hubo fans que a lo mejor esperamos un poquito más en cuestión de otros, de Bruce no, pero en su opinión de él, ¿qué le pareció este hermoso evento que reunió a los 4 ex-Kiss que todavía siguen?
So, what will be your outtake on the Creatures Fest, the first one? Because according to Josué, there were some mixed opinions about fans expecting a little bit more. I mean, I read a couple of stuff about, Beanie trying to play in the tank and stuff like that. What were your opinion, something like that? I mean, did you enjoy it? Do you have fun? Anything that you will see that probably should be done different?
Well, the entire event was very much a success. There was unplugged the first day, and I got to
Yes.
perform with a few people, and even Lisa, my wife, came out and sang Rock Bottom, which was fun. And then, of course, there was a full performance on the last day of the Revenge record with my cruise guys, which was very exciting. The day where I was to play with Vinny and then Ace was going to join us, that was the day that if I could redo it, I probably would have redone it. But it was really done by Vinny's vision, okay, even though the promoter tried to do it a little differently. But overall, it was very surreal. It was a little weird, but we did it for the fans. And I know at one point Ace was upset, and he had a discussion with me, and we just said, no, let's just whatever. We'll go out there and play. There should have been a drummer. There wasn't a drummer. I didn't really know that Vinny would be on top of the tank. You know what I mean, like that. But he was. And Vinny always does everything by Vinny's rules, and I don't think he wins a lot of friends that way, but ultimately we did get to play together, so there was a certain unique quality to having three Kiss guitar players perform, and that's all I want to say about it.
Lo que dice Bruce es que el evento en sí fue un éxito total. Si cambiaría algo, sería el último día, ¿no? Que lamentablemente no fue idea ni del productor ni de nadie, fue Vinny haciendo siendo Vinny, como todo el mundo ya sabemos por las cosas que se lee, ¿no? Incluso Ace estaba un poquito molesto, que tuvo que hablar con Bruce, y Bruce le dijo, ¿sabes qué? No, pues a la de Dios, vamos a chambear por los fans, y tuvieron que hacerlo, pero si hubiera algún cambio solamente sería ese día, pero lo demás estuvo muy, muy bacán.
Bien, yo tengo dos preguntas para Bruce encadenadas justamente con respecto a su presente, ¿no? A haber abandonado Grand Funk, y si realmente están haciendo, si él está trabajando en su autobiografía, como mencioné en algún momento, y si está preparando, por otro lado, un sucesor a BK3, que es un álbum que particularmente a mí me encanta.
Es correcto.
All right, Bruce, you're gonna love this question. So, they say after Grand Funk, the rumors saying, and the interviews from yesterday, you mentioned this is it true that you're making a book, your biography book, and when are we gonna see something that is gonna be the next BK3?
Right. So the goals would be that sometime in 2025, the book is really in its earliest stages, but at least it's begun in the sense that I'm getting all the materials together so then I could start writing. There's so much to cover in so many ways. But I'm very excited about it because I do enjoy when someone asks me, sometimes I do interviews by, they send me the questions and I'm writing it, so, but I have definitely great material to share with everybody, new stuff, interesting stories about different big events that happened in my history, as well as my life that I think is important to share with everybody. And from my voice, me, not interviewed and then having them explain it. Musically, I have a lot of things I've already recorded, not in a condition to release, but good quality demos. And then there's a lot of great ideas. And I really need to focus, when I'm going to be ready for that. And I know because Simon's such a talented photographer, I've always said, I think I know what I want the cover to be, this magical photo he took of me. But I'm hoping in 2025 that these things are the two big projects that I've been talking about for quite a while that could be realized, or at least much further down the road, as we like to say.
So, ya escucharon, el álbum está preparado para el próximo año, debe estar listo para el próximo año. El libro ya se empezó a escribir y no sé si lo escucharon del mismo Bruce, quien les habla, tiene la portada del álbum, del siguiente álbum de Bruce Kulick.
Excelente,
Muchas gracias. Hay mucho material. Yo tuve la suerte cuando estuve en marzo en Las Vegas, escuchar un pedacito de las 2 canciones nuevas y me quedé muy, porque es Bruce Kulick ¿cómo se dice? Raw, ¿no? Entonces es Bruce,
Crudo.
no pegado a Chris, no es pegado ni a Kiss ni a Grand Funk, es Bruce being Bruce.
O sea, es Transformer, es BK3, es Audiodog, nos encantan. I love these albums, BK3, Audiodog, Transformer is beautiful. Songs.
BK3 is an amazing record. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Records.
Thanks.
Nick Simmons, Gene Simmons, John
Eso iba a
Corabi.
decir, si tengo que pedir una nueva colaboración para ese álbum, me encantaría que fuese posible escucharlo nuevamente a Nick. La verdad que ese es mi tema favorito del álbum. Y nada, si se lo puedes transmitir a Bruce, la verdad que sería genial escuchar de nuevo esta asociación.
So they're saying if there's any request that you might take from fans, that would be amazing to hear Nick Simmons again, because The Hand of the King was an amazing song.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I love that song too.
I see Nick postings where he's singing, different things, but I really wonder what what his ambitions are. So we'll see. I mean, certainly I want to leave it open to have some guest singers and players, much like BK3. And then I certainly want to rely a lot when they're available on Brent, Todd, and Zach, because they're so talented and we really are like family. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Bueno, y él espera mantener la misma línea del BK3, donde tiene invitados, ¿no? Pero Zach
Ya tiene armada la banda con Todd, con Zach. Bueno, él habla siempre de Mob, ¿no? La banda de Bruce, la gente que está con Bruce, estos muchachos que, bueno, lo han acompañado a lo largo de los cruceros y que, nada, bueno, eso también es una cosa que nos ha hecho muy felices a los fans. Me gustaría que se lo puedas transmitir eso, incluso a los que no hemos podido ir al crucero, que nos has hecho muy feliz como él finalmente abrazó su época de Kiss y nos la transmite a todos, ¿no? Es uno de los grandes highlights de los Kiss Cruise, los setlist maravillosos que ha interpretado con su banda.
Dreaming en el último estuvo hermoso. Dreaming
they're saying that they're very happy that at least on the cruise, the Kiss Cruise, that you and your band, they're doing an amazing job keeping that.
Thank you.
That Kiss,
Yes.
our Kiss.
Sure.
Because I'm 43 years old, and I told you this personally, you are my guitar hero.
Right.
I mean, I started listening to music, rock and roll, and when I'm doing air guitar, I wasn't thinking of Ace, I was thinking of you, because Crazy Nights, Shed, Revenge, Alive 3, Unplugged, all those are our era. You know what I'm saying? So, and for us, seeing you playing again, it's kind of putting us back when we were kids.
Of course, yeah.
Seeing you playing kind of
I know that song.
Yeah, there's a real interest in those non-makeup albums and years, and I certainly represent the guitar playing, and I cherish all the music that we created, and I'm hoping to continue celebrating it, performing it, and everybody in your age group can go. You know what I mean? And let's hope there's another cruise next year. There's talk of it, and hopefully I'd be invited and I can serve up more great music from my years. Okay, we'll see.
Él espera de que ojalá que Kiss haga otro cruise y de que lo inviten otra vez para que él pueda seguir, ¿no? Compartiendo música con Kiss. ¿Te molesta si un par de comentarios que hay acá en los Facebook que puse?
Adelante.
Y aquí dice, Joe, ¿cómo estás? How you doing, my man? Says, my dream if Paul Boyce could do it would be reunion of Revenge Kiss. That would be crazy cool. I mean, everybody wants to see Revenge one more time. Revenge lineup.
Yeah.
You, Eric and Paul, that would be amazing.
Don't count on that. It'd be easier to see me with people doing it, not Gene and Paul. Okay. I mean, I had fun playing with Gene. We did Domino. I always was trying to get him to do Unholy when we did something a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But it's just, I don't think, I know everybody would love that, but I just don't see it happening,
Lamento romperles el corazón, pero como dice Bruce, eso es muy improbable que pase, pero
no, ya.
No se pierde la gana de soñar, pues, ¿no?
Tengo una pregunta para Bruce.
Espera, déjame un repito. Bruce, I
Por
have a
favor.
request. I have a request from you, from a lady. Her name is Michelle. She's from Peru. She's a diehard fan of yours.
Thank
and
you.
she's asking if you can say hi, Michi from Bruce Kulick. She's actually waiting for you to say that.
Hi, Michi from Bruce Kulick. There you go.
There you
And
go.
she's from Peru. You're
Qué genial.
Peruvian. And
I'm
I
Peruvian.
sent you a picture with Inca
Hey,
Kola.
Inca Kola.
What year was that? 07 or
07,
06?
yeah, 2007.
07, yeah. I had a good time. It was
Yeah.
an interesting show that I did there. It's very interesting. I'll tell you more about it another time. But thank you. I mean, and I can't imagine how old Michi is, but it's wonderful to have fans from South America, of course. It truly is.
Okay, so I think I has another question for you.
Mhm.
Una otra pregunta que le quiero hacer. Bueno, hemos escuchado Bruce acoplándose, ¿no?, a la forma de grabar demos de Paul o de grabar demos de G, ¿no? Me gustaría saber cómo es su proceso para crear una canción.
They want to know if you can, explain a little bit of your creative process for you to make a song, not just to write a song, but to make a song, the whole song.
Yeah, it's easier to make it happen than explain it. But, generally, like a couple of nights ago, I remember telling Lisa, remind me to play guitar because I don't want to lose my callus, the rough fingers. And I sat down with the guitar. I started to play a riff. And it wasn't a whole song, but there was a riff, and it was interesting enough to record it on my phone. And then I decided I was checking out. I have a new guitar it's an older guitar, but I found this at Guitar Center, a really beautiful ESP. And I hadn't had a chance to play it since my repair guy set it up for me. So I put it on the clean setting of my amp, very clean. Okay. And I put the delay all the way up. This long, big room sound. I started playing these kind of notes, and I loved the way the delay was coming back at me. And all of a sudden, this real interesting idea came up, and then I started to develop it a little bit. And I knew I could hear the next section, the next chord, and then next chord, and then I would kind of perfect it. And then once I had it where I thought, oh, I want to capture this, I hit record on my, the app on the phone, right? And I'll revisit it, and then I'll probably have a melody idea for it. And then maybe that's just something to tuck away and save for another vibe or another day. But very hard to explain the creative process. But when it's happening, it does feel really good. And there's something about, I guess, a simple way to say you're connecting with an emotion, you know what I mean, inside of me. And then I'm able to express it with my chords and picking and music and emotion. It's just connecting to the instrument.
So, lo que dice Bruce es de que le estaba pidiéndole a su esposa que le recomiende tocar su guitarra porque no quiere perder esa aspereza que tiene en las manos de guitarrista. Y
Sí,
que se
claro,
fue el otro día a tocar él solo para él, ¿no? Como artista, a jugar con su guitarra, a tocar con su guitarra, que puso primero el amplificador en modo muy limpio y después subió todo el delay para que suene, ¿no? Se demora en llegar. Y dice que le gustó lo que estaba haciendo, entonces que puso a grabar. Entonces dice que va a revisar esa melodía que ha hecho de repente un poco más adelante, pero que como artista, a él también le gusta revisar algunas cosas, no jugar, y que es más fácil crear algo que explicarlo. Y te digo, a mí también como fotógrafo, a veces la gente me dice, ¿cómo hiciste la foto? Eso no sé, la cosa es que me salió porque puse la luz acá y me gustó, ¿no? Como artistas es eso, ¿no?
Oye, Simón, una pregunta enorme, ahorita hablando sobre todo de canciones, de música, pero sobre todo de recuerdos. Hay más canciones sin sacar de lo que fue Carnival of Souls, y además de que algún día tendremos algunos demos oficiales o tendremos algo al respecto.
So they're asking me here if there's any more demos from Carnival of Souls, and if by any chance at some point we're going to have something official box set or demos or something from that type of era. I love the answer.
I mean, I know that there are interesting, there's probably things there, but I haven't seen them get as creative with the box sets for anything from my era yet. They've put some nice packaging out, you know. Alive 3 had some interesting things. You know, they didn't really do anything for Asylum. Maybe next year they will. Revenge, they have stuff for Revenge, and they chose just to put out a nice package with a T-shirt and other items. You know, I don't understand why they treat the makeup era with more detail and more demos and more things to offer, and they haven't done it for the makeup era. But maybe that will change, you know, for the non-makeup era. I'm hoping, because anything I have, they have. Okay, it's not like, oh, I'm the only one that archived it. I shared it all years ago when they were going to put together the box set. Okay, I remember Tommy and I got together because he said, like, do you have any of the, you know, working tapes? Do you have any demos? And they got a digital version of everything I had. I sent Paul during the pandemic all the rare things I have from Asylum, you know, Hot in the Shade and Revenge, all of it. But whether or not they want to do something with it is up to them. So we'll see.
Lo que Bruce dice es de que parece que Kiss le da mucha más importancia a lo que es la era maquillada que la era de no maquillaje, de que sí hay material, que justamente él hace poco estuvo con Tommy revisando un poco de material de, ¿no?, de otros como Asylum, como Hot in the Shade, pero que él espera que de repente pronto eso cambie, que empiecen a darle un poquito más de vista a lo que es la era sin maquillaje. Para mí, Crazy Nights y Revenge son discos alucinantes. Asylum lo estoy escuchando últimamente bastante, me parece un discazo. Hugo Night, mi canción favorita. Entonces, tiene que haber esos demos de ahí por los 80. Entonces, él espera que, ojalá que pronto puedan salir a la luz más cositas, ¿no?, para compartir con los fans.
Simón,
And one other
comentale.
thing to mention, I remember during the pandemic, I posted a picture of a cassette of Paul's demos for Crazy Nights, you know, and he contacted me and said, "Are you selling that?" I said, "No, I love this thing. It's so great that I have it, and let me send you. I've digitized it. It's you know, digital in a quality." So he has all that. Let's say they did a Crazy Nights box set or something. Paul's original demos that he was so proud of could be included. Gene had demos for some of these records. I archived everything. I have it all. And it's not that I'm going to put it out, but they have that opportunity to use it and put it out, and I'd be honored to see it. But it's not up to me. I don't own it in that way that I'm going to put it out. They should really do something with it.
Simón, decirle que Gene, en una reciente nota para la revista Sweden Rock, comentó que justamente una de las cajas que se está preparando es Crazy Night para el 40 aniversario. Eso por un lado, y después, que yo sé que él está enojado con el tema del último show en el Madison Square Garden, pero algo que hablaba uno de los dueños de Pop House es que la idea era de que se abarquen todas las eras de Kiss, incluyendo la era de no maquillaje, si alguien lo había contactado o si había escuchado algo acerca de ese comentario.
All right, there's a two-part question. The first one is that Gene did an interview for Sweden Rock Magazine or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was mentioned that they're preparing the Crazy Nights 40-year box set. If you have any news or anything that you want to share about that, and about the last Kiss concert that left a lot of people disappointed.
Well, regarding anything with Crazy Nights, 40 years, that's the first time I heard anything about that. First of all, that would be 2027, correct? Yeah. So I think it's a ways off. And they definitely have material for that, and that could be pretty exciting. So I look forward to that if it's true. The last show, you know, I knew much earlier in the year that I probably wouldn't be invited to be there. But and I accepted that because I had a feeling it was going to be about just the current band, and I didn't know about the Avatars. Okay, but sure enough, there was my guitar in God Gave Rock and Roll blaring out of the PA at the Garden, you know, and that's the future. But I do feel the fans were let down, that the last show didn't feel any different. And the only different part was presenting the avatars, where I really thought they missed an opportunity there, that they should have been celebrating history all the years, because they did stop. It was the last show. So I don't get why they chose to not do that. And I just think it was a missed opportunity in a very big way.
Solo que él dice de que él sabía mucho antes de que posiblemente no le iban a invitar, pero como él también, no, como muchos fans, nos hemos quedado muy decepcionados del último show porque no hubo nada especial más que el anuncio y los avatars, pero que ha sido una oportunidad desperdiciada por Kiss para hacer algo más grande y no encerrarle esa página de la historia con algo mucho más grande para todos.
Claro, bueno, ahí él en cierta forma responde la pregunta esta. Eso quiere decir que él no sabe nada acerca de esto de que el plan es abarcar todas las eras de la banda.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're saying that, nobody knows about what Gene is saying about, all the boxes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, I know you need to go. You told us that you're going to be 30 minutes. Thank
Well,
you.
I'd love to have my dinner with my beautiful wife.
I know.
But what else? I got a few more minutes.
Oh, cool. I don't know if I can share about the new Kulick guitars.
Yeah, look, there's going to be some good press coming up about some guitars that I'm going to offer, though they are boutique instruments and they would be very expensive. Simon got to take some fantastic photos last week of me with a few of the instruments, and I'm still working with ESP guitars because I still want to continue that legacy that I have from all these years. But unfortunately, when I thought that the press and Simon and I knew about this, we thought Guitar World was going to run the article on the 3rd, but they're waiting until the 8th. So on October 8th, you'll see an interview with me and some great photos, hopefully, of these guitars. But I have nothing for sale yet. I'm just asking my website manager to put up a little collage and then a short story. But it's exciting that I'm trying to connect my earliest years of Kiss and the guitars that I played, and trying to make people have that connection. So a banana guitar, there's a special tribute painted looking one that is a takeoff of the Asylum guitar. And then Simon got to take pictures in March of me where I was using the flip-flop Kulick guitar. So I have ideas of some other finishes too that are connected to, let's say, the Tears Are Falling video, where I had that Charvel that had these geometric lines. Maybe the Jackson with the zebra guitar finish that I came up with. So there's a lot of exciting things I can explore. But this year has been a real learning experience with what's involved with doing it. It's very hard, and every detail regarding building a boutique instrument to your specifications is very complex. It's not a mass-produced thing. So, but I enjoy telling the story because it just keeps bringing me back to all those fabulous years in Kiss and these super strats that I had to use, because there was no way that I would have been in Kiss without an exciting guitar with a Floyd Rose and to be able to play the Animalize and the Asylum and Crazy Nights music, especially those earliest albums and years. So look forward to sharing it with everybody. I think it's a great story, and Simon knows much more than anybody else. But I'm a guitar nut, and it's going to all this stuff's going to come out. And you saw that red ESP, Simon, right? That you took the photos of. That's actually a special order that I made, because that's very similar to something they're offering, but just a few little changes. Okay, headstock rather, and chrome hardware, and it's a beautiful Horizon like the red Horizon that I performed with during Crazy Nights and onward. So I love guitars. What can I say? If they're a part of my life, I'm happy about it.
Lo que Bruce dice es que va a lanzar la línea de guitarras con su marca Kulick, y él está preparando guitarras muy especiales que simbolizan lo que significa para él. Está la guitarra amarilla, esta guitarra banana. He visto la guitarra que tocó él en Asylum, que tiene azul al medio y que se va difuminando en blanco. Está también, está una, ajá, esa misma. There you go, Bruce, that one right there. Banana guitar.
Yeah, like the banana on the pillow here, right? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's beautiful guitar.
Yeah. También está una negra que tiene la cara de Bruce, la cara del Asylum, está ahí también, está una muy chévere. Una rojita también. Ya, yo he tenido la suerte de verlas, de tener tocarlas, de agarrarlas y mirarlas y mirar a Bruce tocar esas guitarras, alucinante. Él está haciendo esas guitarras como un boutique, o sea, no es una guitarra que vayas a tocar, va a ser un poquito caras, va a ser ediciones muy, muy, muy limitadas, pero para quien realmente es un fan de Bruce y le gustan las guitarras, pues esas van a ser una cosa, te digo, ya esa cara de ahí, yo la he visto y no, man, son alucinantes.
Yeah, you'll see some great pictures of that graphic, which is like my face. And those were just a concept of a commemorative Asylum guitar. Next year there will be the 35th anniversary, right? Of Asylum. Is it 40? Wait a minute, it came out in 85, so it's going to be 40 years. That's crazy. This is crazy. I'm going to really I've got a lot of work to do for that one too, I guess. I got to share that story. Yeah. The Asylum record, you know.
You got a quick question here, Bruce. Any chance of a guest appearance at Ace Vegas show in November the 2nd?
You heard about the Vegas thing, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
You mean Ace's show? He's playing. If I'm in town, I might be able to go see the show. Yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting to perform or anything, but let's see what happens. You know, that should be interesting. I got confused because there's a guitar show coming up as well in Vegas, okay, that I hope to attend, because if guitars are somewhere, I got to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Joshua, José, perdón, ¿tienes una pregunta?
Sí, lo que pasa es que, bueno, hablando de las guitarras que va a sacar próximamente, ¿saldrá en algún momento la guitarra que utilizó en el MTV Unplugged? Ahorita que ando viendo mi disco.
Ovation.
Ajá. ¿También saldrá?
Any plans to recreate something like the Ovation guitar? To
Right.
us, especially for us, the Latin American fans, that Ovation guitar, especially when Gene says Bruce, Kulick, and Domino, it's that we symbolize, like, you know, if everybody's seeing Domino, we're gonna hear your name with the solo.
I know. He's very psychic. Is it Jose? Is it?
Es psíquico, dice.
Yeah. There is something. I have an Ovation thing that I want to share in 2025, because it will be then 30 years from then, right? We got 1995 is when we filmed and did the MTV Unplugged, okay? Even if the record came out maybe later, a little later, and then the video, whatever it was. But I'm working on something with Ovation. I am. It's too soon to talk about. And I don't even think Simon saw what I was working on. But I'm going to see the somebody that's involved with it tomorrow, actually. So I'll tease everybody. But yeah, I'm working on something that's going to be connected to that, because I still love those Ovation models, and I still play that stuff on guitars very similar to the one from MTV. So thanks for bringing that up.
Él dice que sí, va a trabajar con Ovation algo pronto, que todavía no está muy fresco para dar una conclusión, pero que ni bien tenga algo, él va a empezar a dar como que pequeñas pistas de lo que se viene.
Bien. Una pregunta ahí de Edgardo, y después te quiero sumar, primero el agradecimiento a Bruce, no solo por este tiempo, sino también por ser una de las personas que mantiene vivo el legado de Eric Carr, y que me gustaría que nos comparta un recuerdo sobre Eric, ¿no? O sea, es maravilloso el material que ha estado rescatando la familia, y bueno, él es una parte importante de eso desde varios lugares, ¿no? ¿Edgardo?
Hi, Bruce. My name is Ricardo.
Hello, Ricardo.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to meet you your first visit with Union, and you signed an autograph for me. I tell you, here we celebrate every September 3rd of each year el Día Nacional del Quisero Argentino, National Day of the People, in honor of your first visit to our country. and the
Ricardo,
debut
creo que tienes algo está en tu, que se suena el audio, tu audio se te va y se te viene. ¿Tienes algo prendido o algo que está escuchándose que se va? Algo tuyo. ahí.
Se lo traduce Simón, dale.
bien.
Okay.
Simon, did you understand? Because I know it was kind of breaking
Yeah,
up.
so he was saying something about the when you went to Argentina with Junior or something like that. That he got
Yes.
a program from you, and also that in Argentina there's a national Kiss Day, like a Quisero Day.
Wow. Okay.
Que fue la primera cita que ellos hicieron acá en Argentina, el primer show el de septiembre 3 de 1994.
September the 3rd,
Really?
1994. Yeah, and
Yes.
How
also
come September the 3rd? Why that day?
because
At
that's the
the
first
rate-
show.
Because,
At River Plate,
The first show in Argentina from Kiss.
oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. So every year everybody celebrates this?
Ah,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I tell you, let me talk just a minute about Argentina and Union. So I had a friend, a guy who actually his roommate, I mean, it was a musician that helped us produce the first Union record, and his roommate was Argentine, okay, living in California. And I remember when people were asking about bringing us, I was concerned about going without someone that really knew the culture, the language, the people. Okay, so Jules was his name. He helped. He was our tour manager, and we went down there, and we felt like rock stars, like we were Kiss visiting your country. It was so wonderful, and I tell you, I was always very, very moved by the affection and the connection that the Argentines seem to have for I know they loved Kiss, but the fact that my band Union, they just connected with John and myself, and they welcomed Jamie and Brent in a huge way. So I'll never forget those tours. I think we came twice to Argentina, and it was very, very special. I have really wonderful memories.
Bruce dice que está muy agradecido con el público argentino de haber recibido a Union como si fuera Kiss, que ellos siendo una banda pequeña, ¿no? Recibieron a John y a toda la gente como si fueran celebridades que no entendían un carajo de español, pero que estaban felices de cómo los argentinos los recibieron y que guarda muy, muy buenos recuerdos de Argentina. Bruce, I got a quick question from Angel. He was saying that, first, thank you for your time for this interview. I know you need to go have dinner with Lisa. And if you can tell us something about, you are one of the few Kiss members, actually, I think the only Kiss member, that keeps alive the legacy from Eric Carr.
Right.
That if there's something that you would like to share, maybe a cool story, a funny story about Eric, something that, you
Eric was really the most wonderful to the fans. I learned very quickly he would literally, like, let's say we're in Scandinavia, very cold, and all these fans show up at the hotel, and the security at the hotel was strong and wouldn't let them in. And Eric Carr went outside. It's like, freezing cold. He went out to be able to greet them and sign things and take pictures with them. And then when I remember after the first tour, when we came home, I remember that he would actually answer the fan mail. Okay. And I was just shocked with that. And then I learned that he just loved that, and I did a little bit myself. But wow, his kind of kindness to the fans was something that was very, very amazing to see, and I was so impressed with it. And he had a huge heart, and he loved being in Kiss and loved the fans so much. He really did.
So, dice que Eric era tan buena gente con los fans de que incluso en Escandinavia, que es un frío de la patada, él salía a firmar autógrafos a los fans, incluso cuando los figuras decías que no, y que cuando él regresó a casa, ¿no? Los primeros tours de Kiss con Bruce y con Eric, Eric se tomaba el tiempo de responder el correo que mandaba a los fans, entonces que Bruce ha tomado eso como una enseñanza de Eric Carr, el apego de corazón que tenía él con la gente y lo buena onda que era, entonces para él eso es lo mejor de Eric, ¿no?
Oye, Simón, pues qué ejemplo más grande de estar con los fans y conviviendo que esta plática, o sea, de verdad que esa enseñanza, Erikar está aquí en este momento, en esta reunión.
They're saying something really cool about Eric. Actually, says like, what a better lesson for for a celebrity with their fans that you've been here with us. That's pretty much carrying Eric's legacy too. Sharing your time with us. We really appreciate that, man. I'm a huge fan of yours.
I mean, I found Simon and I didn't know each other well, and then all of a sudden we became friends, and I respect his talent. And I know when you asked me about this interview tonight, and I just did a long interview yesterday. I did one this morning at 11 o'clock, not live, with somebody in England. And then I was like, oh, another interview. And then I thought about Simon, and I thought about the fans. There were so many people watching the live thing last night from Argentina and South America. And I was like, Elisa pushed me and said, you have to do this for Simon and the South American fans. I said, I know, I just got to figure out, like how we're going to do it, what it's about. I already knew I would do it, but I will excuse myself so I could go have my dinner.
Thank you.
It's been a long day.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
I want everybody to know. Yeah, go ahead, Angel. What was that?
Tenemos el álbum, ese de los 40 años, ese primer show. No, me gustaría que elija un tema para despedirnos de esta nota. Vamos a seguir charlando con Simón, pero un tema para cerrar la nota que nos pasó el bootleg ahí, Josué. Y nada, agradecerle nuevamente este tiempo que ha compartido con nosotros.
Thank you for your time, Bruce. If you could pick one song from the Animalize to close this interview with you, which song would it be?
Well, the one that I played, my guitar solo, Ghost Guitar. Let's play Lonely as the Hunter, right?
There you go.
That should be it.
Del show en vivo del que cumplió aniversario.
Yeah.
Del 30 de septiembre.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all. And I want to
really
really thank all the fans in Argentina and South America for their contact and support. It really does mean a lot to me. And hopefully I'll be able to visit everybody in all your countries sometime in the future for sure. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you. All right. Have a wonderful night. Keep cranking the Kiss music. Okay.
Aquí en México.
Yes. Okay. Come there. All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye now. Good night. And Lisa sends your love. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care. All right.
I love
bye-bye.
you. Goodbye.